What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, wanted to bring you the practice report for the Indianapolis Colts going into this week. Not a whole lot of other news to really talk about right now, other than just the injury report. I just want to say this right off the top because some people have seen the report already and are freaking out. Okay, because Josh Downs is on there and Tyler Warren is on there. I just want to point this out. Okay, look, Wednesday practices oftentimes are days in which, yes, you could practice if there's nothing lingering, but if something's nagging you, like it's not it just because you're on the practice report does not mean that you're in threat of not making it to this to make it to the end of the game or make it to the end of the week and then play the game. Okay? That's not what that means. Okay? It's just the fact that there might be a small hurt or even it could potentially be nothing. The Colts could say, we'll give you a rest day. He's like, oh man, my ankle. And at one point during the game Sunday, man, that kind of hurt a little bit. And maybe he comes in, just feeling it in my shoulder or something. Like, oh, okay, then fine. No practice, or just keep you out for the day. A lot of times it's precautionary, guys. So I think some people have to understand, yes, it can be frightening when there's a lot of players on the practice report at the beginning of the week that aren't practicing. I understand the want to freak out. Like, oh no, this is the worst thing ever. We have to calm down, okay? Especially since Shane Steichen specifically reported at the end of the game there was no new major injuries to be concerned about. There wasn't any injury news at all when it came to anyone, okay? Warren, Downs, all these other guys played through the entire game and were not added to any injury reports or nothing after the game, and even on Monday when reporting back to the practice facility. Okay. So let's just calm down. Okay. You're allowed to be like, oh man, I hope there's nothing serious there. Odds are it's not. Okay. Odds are we will see Josh Downs or Tyler Warren participate in either Thursday's practice or Friday's practice. God forbid anything else happens. Okay. But let's everybody just calm down. Okay. You're allowed to be, it's allowed to be thinking, oh, okay, it's Wednesday's practice. Let's focus more on Thursdays and Fridays because those are more important. Now that I got my rant out of the way, now I could educate you guys on how teams do these Wednesday practices a lot more than Thursday and Friday. Let's talk about who is on here. So let's bring up the two names that I already brought up. Josh Downs did not practice today with an ankle, and Tyler Warren did not practice with a toe. I see all the people that are like, oh my God, this better not be Joe Burrow. What happened in there? No, it's not. I promise you it's not. Joe Burrow is missing 3 months of football because of it. Quit acting like every toe injury means you have to have surgery. Stop it, okay? So guys use their feet in football. They're allowed to have some lingering pain in their feet sometimes, okay? So everybody calm down on that. They're fine. I'm sure of it. We'll wait and see Thursday or Friday, but they did not practice today. Now, let's talk about the two other guys that missed last week because of injury that everybody was wondering about. Defensive end Laiatu Latu was a limited participant at practice today. Again, the Colts are probably taking it very lightly with him to start out this week. They don't want to overwork that hamstring, don't want to have any lingering problems going forward. And Charvarius Ward was in a blue jersey today. He was a full participant. He received a concussion in week 1. Now, I will say this. He is still in the protocol. He is still in the protocol, but if you have 2 straight days of practicing, you're eligible to be taken off the protocol. So all sounds good there. If Ward practices Thursday and doesn't have any setbacks by the end of the week, then odds are we will see Charvarius Ward back for this game, which is great. Let's talk about the remainders. Linebacker Austin Ajak had a throat injury. Not sure what that is, but nevertheless, full participant. So good news there. Tyler Goodson, a full participant today. Obviously sustained an elbow injury against the Green Bay Packers in the second preseason game. And, hasn't been back really since then. But now, after over a month, he is finally back out here. And then the last person that was on here was Bernard Ryman. Had an illness. Not sure exactly what everything, but he was a limited participant today. Odds are they'll give him an IV stuff and whatever else they can give him to make him feel better going into this weekend, but shouldn't be too concerned. Again, as far as who to be concerned about, really, there's only 2 players, Josh Downs and Tyler Warren, even though, again, I wouldn't necessarily say that there's too much concern because, again, there wasn't any concern from Steichen about Josh Downs and Tyler Warren going into or after the game. So if there was no reason for that then I don't see any reason to worry too much about it now. Again, guys have what they have and ultimately they'll figure it out. And odds are both of these guys will likely still be available during the week, but we'll have to watch and see. All right, but that's going to do it for this practice report. Thank you guys again for tuning in. And as always, go Colts.